Welcome to the Clean Mentality Podcast, where we focus solely on what you can do daily to make your life easier physically, mentally, and spiritually. I am your host, Easton Dukevich. Now let's get after it. Are you living an average dog lifestyle? There's three things that make up an average dog lifestyle. Those three things are: you sleep daily, 8 hours and 27 minutes of it. You spend your time on leisure and sports, 4 hours and 44 minutes. You work about 4 hours and 29 minutes of working or related activity. All of these facts are from businessinsider.com. If you check these boxes, you are an average American according to these sources. The next question we ask ourselves is, what is an above average dog lifestyle? Right? So what is the next level? Okay, I do these three things, I'm average, right? But I don't want to be here in my life. I know that in my life, I want to be up here. That's the goal, right? So one of the things that I looked up and researched was you're a gym goer. In 2022, 21% of men and 19% of women work out. That's from Statista.com. Number two, you're on a diet and nutrition tracking plan. 26% of those ages 18 to 29 years old track their diet and intake. That's also from Statista.com. Why do this? It's the key to results in all aspects of life, right? It's self-discipline. It's if you stay in good health, you naturally attract better things in your life. It's a fact. Along with in the gym, it's 80% nutrition and it's 20% workouts. So if you are dieting and have a nutrition plan and you're tracking, you're meal prepping and you're tracking all of that, those two aspects alone are 80% of the work for going to the gym. The working out, doing the actual workouts is only 20% of the work. So this factor alone is a huge aspect. Not only physically will it make you better, but mentally it will make you better. My third item here is you are spiritual, or you are religious, or you are both. And in 2017, 27% see themselves as spiritual and not religious, while 48% see themselves as both religious and spiritual. Though having religion is not a requirement, and I see people as equal, regardless of what you are or what you believe in, I still see you as a good person, as long as you haven't given me a reason not to. Being connected with a higher power, though, can and will help you center yourself, and it's very highly effective, in my opinion and experience. I've done both. I've done the spiritual path. Last year, I got really spiritual into the side of, I'm like holding rocks and different things like that, and meditating and getting really close just with myself and my own visions in my head and visualization and all these different things spiritually that you can do. And then this year, I've got back more to my Catholic roots and my religion-based faith, right? But I'm trying to connect both of those. I'm trying to be both. And 48% of people are both. And I think there's a reason for that. I think that people are meant to be connected to a higher power, but they're also meant to be connected to their inner self as close as they can be with themselves and love themselves, and also be with that higher power as well. But you also can be whatever you want to be. Whatever you decide that you are, you can be none of these. You can do whatever you want, but it's, in my opinion and experience, that connecting yourself with a higher power is going to help center yourself. So why does it matter if I'm average or above? Might be a question you're asking yourself. And it is said that anyone that is hardworking, regardless of their circumstances, is going to succeed more likely than the one that stops at the first outside interference. Let that sink in. It is said anyone that is hardworking regardless of their circumstances is going to succeed more likely than the one that stops at the first outside interference. So that first thing that you go, oh shit, I'm quitting. That's the outside interference. 98% of the interferences in your life are going to be caused by yourself. And there's no reference for that one, but that's what I believe is 98% of the excuses you give yourself are self-induced. You're in your head, you're going to go through a physical battle. It never stops, but it gets easier as you build a history of wins. You gotta build your own belief. You see it everywhere. Goggins talks about it. Andy Frisella talks about it. You gotta build a history of wins. You gotta win the day. It's what matters the most. And 98% of your excuses are self-induced. That's something I'm learning right now, is that I've had the excuses lately of, oh, it's this person. Oh, it was her fault. Or it was his fault. Or it was the work's fault. My job's fault. It's nobody's fault but mine. Every time I have the ability to control my life.
I wanted to go and show you guys where I was before I started the Clean Mentality Process Transformation Challenge. This is where I was September 5th, 2022. Not looking too great. I was drinking, I was smoking, I was eating junk food, pretty much doing whatever I wanted to. This is the point where I said, okay, and I'd gotten to this point. This is a year later, September 21st, 2023, and just by accident, I have exactly a year later. This is what happens when you focus in, when you're fed up. Everyone can achieve this.
What resources can I use to get started? That might be the next question you're thinking. And it makes sense, right? I gave you a big piece of information, right? You might already have noticed that you're living an average dog lifestyle and you're always feeling like you have needed more or wanted more or been creative for more, right? If you've never worked out before, I recommend going to my Instagram, going to my TikTok, and DMing me for a few quick starter workouts for the gym. Links attached in the podcast description or in the YouTube description. MyFitnessPal, #1. For everyone that is looking for a free and easy meal tracking resource, MyFitnessPal on the App Store or on the Android store. I'm not an Android user. Go download that. That's the first step you can take right now to improve your life and to start becoming above average. Second thing, Google, TikTok, and Instagram for workout plans. There's plenty of it out there. The world is yours. I've found a lot of good workouts on Instagram. Everything's free. This is a way to start for free. The third thing that you can do is you can start following the Clean Mentality laws. That's what this channel's kind of based on, and that's my own personal brand that I've been creating for about 2 years now. It's an easier way to start off caring for yourself more on your fitness journey. Maybe it is a second step. Maybe this isn't a first step for you, but it depends on your level of self-discipline that you already have created, that you already have in your life. Maybe you're not an average dog, right? You're living a gym goer lifestyle. You still kind of slack off every once in a while. And you also have started meal prepping and tracking your food. Well, a good thing to add to this, to add some self-discipline that you can put in your life, is the Clean Mentality laws and start living by this. And it's easier said than done. But when you start and you see how much you can improve in yourself, you will never be able to go back to that old rundown version of yourself. You're just too self-aware of the healthy things you should be doing for yourself, such as not drinking, not smoking, and not indulging in junk food. The fourth resource, extremely good resource. It costs money though, but it only costs you $12, and here's everything you get from it. It's the Phorm App. I'm wearing the shirt right now. It's an all-inclusive app. It has meal tracking. It has workout plans. It has a step tracker. It has a free liaison that checks in on you, a real live person, American, that is in St. Louis, Missouri at Phorm HQ that will communicate with you weekly on your progress and follow up with you. It's a great resource. There's also a community of others doing the same thing. That's a huge thing, is having a community and meeting other people and friends that do the same things. The people you're around are the people you become like. So there's checklists for daily activities in there. There's free live streams that teach you tips and tricks. And then there's transformation challenges where you can win money at the end. Yeah, we're about to finish one right now. It's a $50,000 transformation challenge for whoever wins it, and it's a lifestyle change. Alright, there's a fifth one. Fifth resource, Phorm supplements. There's a multitude of quality supplements and vitamins to get you started with a large variety of flavors, and I know you guys like your flavors. Some of the Formula One protein flavors are root beer float, chocolate milkshake, and loopy fruit, just to say a few. I would show you those supplements, but I don't have them on hand. I will have the Formula One loopy fruit this week. You can probably see it on my Instagram or TikTok when I post about that. So my experience being a Phorm Legionnaire, it's been amazing. And when you buy from them, you will not only get the best quality supplements on the market, but you will get a handwritten thank you card personally wrote to you by someone in their warehouse or on their team. So I went and grabbed the thank you notes that I've gotten in the past, and they're handwritten notes. I mean, they literally, there's my order, here's my note. Sometimes they come in these cards too, which is really nice. Handwritten. And if you're a new customer, I guarantee you they're going to do it for you. But they provide a full range of supplements for daily life, and they have apparel for the gym. Not only do they make test gravity tees, that is a basic preset, but they have women's apparel, leggings, all that stuff. They have men's apparel, shorts, joggers, t-shirts, hats, all kinds of accessories. They have their own lifting belts, wrist straps, all kinds of different things on their website. You can go check it out. The link will be in the description of the podcast or the YouTube. So if you find yourself living the average dog lifestyle and you have always had the internal drive for more, take the time after this video to comment below. Start #CleanMentality. Check out the resources and download either the MyFitnessPal or Phorm's app. Take the actions now to become better today. Thanks to all the listeners for joining today and listening. Resources to what was discussed in the podcast are in the podcast description. Please rate and review on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Feel free to drop a comment if you are listening on YouTube. You can also find our social media in the description to learn more about daily life hacks and see my daily vlogs. So I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Now get after it.
You think you are?
You have to think I am the best guy out there.
You need to get things done.
This is how you level up.
You gotta show up every fucking day.
You're not as far away from these dreams as you think you are.